Welcome back to the channel and welcome to this episode of Mark's Garage, where today we're going to talk about the Triumph Scrambler 400X. I've done a number of videos that cover topics from maintenance, how to change the oil, how to tighten the chain, to accessories, adding a variety of accessories, and also some videos about riding. But today, it's all going to be about a review of some of what I believe are the top and best features of this bike. So that's coming up. So regarding look and design of this bike, I think Triumph did just an outstanding job of putting this together with a lot of the heritage from Triumph. So these classic lines and the paint, the graphics, all of that has come together really, really well. Again, the fuel tank design, the pads that go along the fuel tank. I did add the center pad close to where you sit. The handlebar design and the foam pad, the wide BMX style, really makes it nice to stand up on. The hand guards, they come standard, and it's kind of nice certainly to keep the wind and the cold and the bugs and the road debris, all that kind of thing off your hands when you're out there riding. The headlight guard, that's a standard feature, but it's nice and it adds to that overall design of the bike. And this seat is something else. So you not only get a colored seat, but it's got some beautiful stitching on it. And then you've also got the Triumph logo on the back. But most importantly about this seat is that it's comfortable. I've gone on some rides, Saturday morning rides, where we're doing 100 plus miles, and I am totally fine with this seat. It's great. And how about this exhaust? It looks really good. It sounds really good, beautifully done in stainless. Nice job, Triumph.
It's undeniably a cool little bike, this Triumph Scrambler. It looks properly cool. I love those little set of corners. There's a few bits I'm really impressed with on this Triumph. Simple little things, but they've just done a nice job of them.
And as far as the engine goes, the design, the fins, the machining, the black finish, the Triumph logo, all of that just comes together so well. And then there is also a factory skid plate. Now, it's not as robust as some of the skid plates that you can add, but there's a skid plate to it. Lots of other nice little finishing characteristics. The side cover, the graphics, the screen, the little stainless protectors here for your boot. This little aluminum brushed piece on the back side of the engine. All those little details are just really terrific. Oh, and the Scrambler also comes with a radiator guard. So that's pretty nice as standard equipment. As far as instrumentation goes, the Scrambler 400 is fairly simple, and I think that's a characteristic that I like to stress with this bike, the simplicity of it. So it's got an analog speedometer, and it's got an LCD space there for some other information. But look at the switchgear here. I mean, when you look at the simplicity of this, you have one button, the I button, and you can cycle through a few things. There's not a lot, but what's really nice is traction control. So you can turn traction control on and off, either for the road or for off-road or completely off. And you do it all there with one button. Let's go ahead and turn this on so you can see the LCD part of the display right there. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here with this I button what we're able to do with traction control. So we got a trip meter, trip 2, you got miles per gallon. By the way, the fuel mileage is just outstanding at close to 60 miles a gallon. It's showing 80 on my last effort. Gives you the range, how much fuel. And here's traction control. So if I hold this, just hold this down for a second, you can end up shutting it off. There's off, traction control off. And then here's off-road. So it basically keeps some of the ABS feature, I believe, for the rear, but takes it off on the front. Yeah, so that's a quick review. That's how simple it is. And again, isn't it nice to have simple switchgear? I guess I'm comparing it to probably one of the other bikes that I have, or a couple other bikes. Let's just walk over here and check it out. And when you look at switchgear on, well, the Africa Twin, you literally need to consider going to class for a little bit. Actually, it takes about maybe 30 minutes of playing with it to be able just to figure out up and down and left and right and how to get through the menu. There's so much electronics, which is great, but it's a little complicated. The ride position on the Triumph Scrambler 400X for me is excellent. At 5'10", I'm sitting on the seat. I've got my feet flat. I happen to be on my bike stand right now because it's terrible weather outside. But from a standpoint of just how it fits me, the handlebars are nice and wide. It's a BMX style handlebar, nice and wide. So when I'm sitting on the bike, you can see my knee bend here. Very comfortable for sure. And I like it, commanding wide handlebar, and then because it's up a little bit higher, the ability to stand up when you need to is just excellent, and then sit back down. So I think the design again of the Scrambler style, the handlebar, and just fits me perfectly. So just in summary, I've owned the bike now for about 1.5 years. I'm so glad I have it. It's just versatile for sure. It looks good. It's easy to move around the garage. It gets great gas mileage, and you can take this thing on almost any road. And you don't have to stay on pavement. It's simple to operate. And how about this? It's less than $6,000 for this motorcycle. And in today's market, that's just incredible. I think the success of this bike is highlighted for sure in Triumph's worldwide sales number. And I know I just did some research on that. And in the first year, they have sold over 50,000 units of these bikes. And that's just in the first year. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Mark's Garage and allowing me to talk a little bit about my opinions on some of the best features and the details of this motorcycle. It's a pretty unique machine for sure. And if you own a Triumph Scrambler 400, why don't you put down in the comments what you like most about it? What are the best features and how it works for you? That would be great to share that with the rest of the folks. So thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it. And as always, and until next time, take care.